updating loan amortization schedules manually in Excel, what if you could create a truly dynamic loan table that self-adjusts automatically with any change? Something like this, or even like this. No formula copying or pasting and none of that hassles. Let me show you how to build this from scratch. And if you'd like, the free easy to use templates also in the description. But let's build this step by step together. In this video, I will show you using Excel's pre-built functions, how to build this exactly. Starting with a sequence function, then moving to the EDATE function, then moving to the payment function, the IPMT function, the PPMT function, and finally the scan function. And you'll see how to build this dynamically self-adjusting table. The download link is in the description, and if you'd like to skip ahead to any parts of the video, so is the table of contents. The exercise file is with the essential minimal inputs for any loan. So you need the first, or the date of the installment or date of loan. You need the N and the number of installments you're going to pay, the interest rate, the loan amount, and then the minimum sort of table, which would include a period, a date, then your installment split between interest and capital, and the closing balance. So we're going to begin by installing a opening balance or period 0, which you're going to put down like that. And our opening balance starts at 50,000. So in our first period column, we are going to use the sequence function to produce a number 1 to 18 equaling to the number of installments. So we write sequence and very simply input 18. That's simple, and that's complete. So from there, we want to populate then the dates of each installment for reference. So we're going to use the EDATE function for that. Very simply, EDATE takes 2 arguments, namely the start date or the very first installment, and then we're going to put in all of these numbered features that we've calculated to the left. But we want to start from 0 because we want the very first installment date to the very last one. And that's summarized nicely in your schedule. And as you can see, both spill automatically. The next thing we need to do is calculate the payment. And I've jumped the gun slightly over here and the formula is already installed. We're going to derive this quickly. We calculate this on the side. We use the PMT function. So it takes firstly the rate. We want a monthly rate because we're paying installments on a monthly basis. So we divide by 12. Then the N per is the number of installments, in this case 18, and then the capital amount 50,000 over here. So what we're going to do is make this negative, whilst the payment amount will be a negative amount. Not useful for our table, and there we computed the payment. So then to pop in the table, the installment section, we're going to use the sequence function again, and we are going to input only the start value of which is the installment we've computed, and we want 0 step this time. And of course, the number of times we're going to repeat this equals to the number of installments of 18. Then we're going to go ahead and the interest and the capital sections, splitting that installment up. And then we're going to use the extension of the payment function, namely the IPMT function for interest and the PPMT function for the capital section. So very similar to the payment, we're going to go IPMT, and we again are going to input the rate, which we'd like on a monthly basis, and then we're going to input the period numbers, because it'll work it out for every period that we've computed to the left. We're simply going to input that, and then the number of installments again, which is 18, and finally the capital value, and again we're going to make that negative, or else the value in our table will be negative, which isn't useful. There we go. Interest is done as easy as that. And on a very similar basis, in fact, you could in fact copy this I payment that we just did over here and simply change the I to a P, and it would work out the capital for you. There you go. Worked out. And that's the table done with the closing balance. And all we need now is an accumulator, and we're going to use the function called the scan function to do that. So we're going to go scan. Scan starts with an opening balance. We start with the opening balance that we already selected, And then what we're going to do is add a array to that, which is the capital that we've redeemed. Now, because these are all positive amounts, this will escalate this balance. And we actually want to subtract it because we're paying it off. And lastly, the scan function, we stipulate to it, please add up and do sum. And there you have it. Solve a dynamic loan table. And what I have is I have a little hidden section. If you want to do accumulators as well, to accumulate total installments, total interest, total capital paid, or cumulative capital and interest on a very similar basis, you simply use the scan function to add the starting balance of 0, and you can accumulate all of the installments. On a similar basis, you do that with interest. You simply take the interest column, you sum that up, starting balance of 0, and the same with capital. If you'd like to extend your table, add in fancy accumulators like that, then you have a really complete table. And that's, of course, included in the download template here for your content. So that's simply the table. And this is a highly adjustable table. I mean, I can adjust period, and it automatically retraces itself or extends itself or spills, as they like to put it. If I want to put that over 24 months, it goes like that. If I want to change the interest rates, it adapts that. If the capital amount changes, you can do that as well. And so your table adapts. So I hope you find this table very useful. Certainly built to be versed. It should be able to accommodate every type of loan situation. And please feel free to leave a comment if you find this useful. And remember to press the like button, please. And if you'd like to receive more notifications, please do subscribe and feel free to share this article. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Creating loan amortization schedules manually in Excel. What if you could create a truly dynamic loan table that self-adjusts automatically with any change? Something like this, or even like this. No formula copying or pasting and none of that hassles. Let me show you how to build this from scratch. And if you'd like, the free easy to use templates also in the description. But let's build this step by step together.